50 years.
Just to start off with. And if they blow that, they gonna go up. And if they blow that, it's gonna be like life. It's just gonna be life. I don't think they gonna death penalty nobody no more. I think that's like if they would have got caught on like Texas or something like that, they probably would be death penalty. But I don't think Cali gonna do it to them. I think they just gonna
Lil Durk's recent detention in Broward County Jail has sparked curiosity among fans about his life behind bars. After his arrest on charges related to a murder-for-hire plot, many are wondering how the OTF boss is adjusting to prison life. Despite his previous lifestyle of luxury, traveling by private jet, Durk is now confined within the four walls of a jail cell. Jail records reveal that the 32-year-old rapper, whose real name is Durk Banks, was booked into the Broward County Jail after being indicted by the U.S. District Attorney in Los Angeles. The charges against him include conspiracy to commit murder for hire and the use of a machine gun resulting in death. However, according to reports, Durk appears to be coping with prison life better than expected. Sources reveal that the rapper is staying in good spirits and getting along well with both the jail staff and fellow inmates. His charm seems to have won over many, with insiders stating that he has accepted his situation with grace. That said, one thing he isn't fond of is the prison food. Like many inmates, Durk has expressed dissatisfaction with the meals, which are far from the luxurious fare he's accustomed to outside. An anonymous ex-inmate shared a similar sentiment on Quora, describing the food as terrible and mentioning the oddities of the prison menu. While some inmates might get extra treats based on gang affiliations or cliques, the standard fare is far from appetizing. Despite the food complaints, Durk's ability to adapt and maintain a positive attitude inside the prison walls has been notable. For those without a medical card, another inmate from San Quentin State Prison shared his thoughts on prison food, comparing it to his mother's cooking. He described it as the opposite, lacking any smell and tasting bland. One thing he made clear was his desire to avoid beans once he was out of prison, recalling how they were often served for both breakfast and dinner, though the beans were dry and sometimes hard. He joked that he preferred beans over rocks, but not at every meal. The eggs were also always cold, and he warned that there might even be eggshells mixed in. Fresh bread was a rarity, and when it was served, it wasn't soft but not exactly hard either, with the occasional inedible piece being left on the tray. As for Lil Durk, while he has shared similar complaints about the food, his behavior in Broward County Jail has been much more composed. Despite the jail's reputation for housing some of America's most notorious criminals, Durk seems to be maintaining mild-mannered behavior, getting along with fellow inmates. Interestingly, Broward County Jail is also home to YNW Melly, who has been locked up there for the past 5 years. While Melly is known for his hardcore persona, it appears he's not having an easy time in the facility. An ex-inmate who recently got out of Broward County Jail also shared their experience, recalling the organization and operations of the prison, adding another layer to the complex atmosphere inside the facility. According to an ex-inmate, YNW Melly is currently housed in the main jail at Broward County, specifically on the 8th floor. While he was initially in general population Gen Pop, he was later moved to protective custody PC. His conditions have reportedly worsened in PC, with reports indicating that he is being treated poorly, being denied access to phones, and not having the TV turned on. Despite being in a higher-profile facility, Broward County Jail, which houses some of the most notorious criminals, is not a safe place, as even inmates with high status like Melly face harsh conditions. It's likely that Lil Durk is also housed in the main jail or has been moved to PC as well, considering his own high-profile status. However, the presence of cameras throughout the jail doesn't necessarily ensure safety. YNW Melly himself filed a lawsuit alleging cruel treatment by the Broward Sheriff's Office, claiming mistreatment behind bars and requesting an immediate release from prison. This underscores the unpredictable and dangerous nature of prison, where even the most successful individuals can see their lives and careers drastically altered. In a facility like Broward County Jail, where many inmates struggle with mental health issues, it's crucial to maintain good behavior to avoid becoming another casualty of the system. A post requesting 40 facts about Broward County Jail drew mixed responses from ex-inmates and others familiar with the facility. One ex-inmate described the jail as filthy and nasty, criticizing the treatment by deputies and urging for more respect towards inmates, no matter their crimes. Another user shared similar sentiments, calling the conditions hell while emphasizing that people deserve to be treated with dignity. On the other hand, some users maintained a more pragmatic perspective, with one remarking, "It's jail, not the Hilton." acknowledging that the experience was as expected. This user also shared a positive moment, recalling a deputy who helped them by offering a Mountain Dew when they felt unwell. Another commenter highlighted a troubling practice at Broward County Jail: detainees being kept for hours after their release, often until around 3 a.m., making it difficult for them to get home at that late hour. To conclude the discussion, one user reminded everyone that the best way to avoid jail is simply by not committing crimes, warning against coddling criminals, which they believe could lead to a lack of deterrence. It's crazy how prison can become a reality even for people in the spotlight, like rappers who seemingly have everything: money, fame, and attention. But prison is where you lose it all. How did Lil Durk, a highly successful rapper, end up in this situation? Well, the industry was shaken when news broke that Durk, whose real name is Durk Banks, was arrested and now faces a federal charge related to an alleged murder-for-hire plot. This plot is tied to the death of Lil Poob, a member of Quando Rondo's circle. The arrest followed an indictment by federal prosecutors in California, who charged 5 individuals allegedly connected to Lil Durk's OTF Only the Family crew. These charges claim that the men traveled across state lines to carry out an attack on Quando Rondo's group in 2022. It's a troubling turn of events for a rapper who had once been at the peak of his career. Here's the gist of the situation. Federal agents arrested 5 men in connection with the August 2022 shooting in Los Angeles that resulted in the death of Quando Rondo's cousin. These individuals are facing charges of conspiracy to commit murder for hire, allegedly in retaliation for the death of King Von. This shooting appears to be part of an ongoing feud, with the feds looking for a substantial link between Lil Durk and the murder for hire charge tied to his affiliate.
2.
There are now 5 people in custody who weren't in custody before. 5 people who were alleged to have committed a murder in broad daylight in the middle of the afternoon in the city of Chicago.
It turns out that the feds have been investigating Lil Durk's involvement in the plot, which they believe is linked to the tragic events that unfolded in 2020 at the Monaco Hookah Lounge in Atlanta, where King Von, Lil Durk's close friend, was killed. The feds seem to have found substantial evidence implicating Lil Durk in the retaliation attack. While it's speculated that OTF Jam, a close affiliate of Lil Durk, might be the one who provided the necessary information, it's clear that the feds were looking for someone to directly link Durk to the crime. The feds have reportedly gathered crucial evidence from wiretaps on Jam's body, which seems to have provided them with the information they needed to make their move. Once the authorities got the evidence they were looking for, Lil Durk faced one of the most devastating events of his career with his arrest and the federal charges linked to the murder-for-hire plot. This marks a significant turn in Durk's life and career, with the legal troubles stemming from a long-running feud and the tragic death of his close friend, King Von.
Durk has been locked up in Broward County Jail. He's there right now. This is this. Yes, Broward. He's in Florida. I got the whole thing on. Look on my stream. I got it. Oh my God, bro.
As expected, DJ Academics was one of the first to break the news of Lil Durk's arrest. He shared the update on social media, confirming that Durk had been arrested by U.S. Marshals and was being held at the Broward County Correctional Facility. The arrest stems from a federal charge of murder for hire related to the death of Quando Rondo's cousin, Lil P. Lil Durk, the founder of the record label Only the Family OTF, has been detained without the option of bail as he awaits extradition to California to face the charges. This arrest follows federal charges filed against 5 individuals connected to OTF who were allegedly involved in a shooting in 2022 tied to the death of King Von in 2020. Despite Durk's claims that OTF is not a gang, the ongoing legal troubles and charges paint a more complicated picture.
The charges include conspiracy to murder for hire, committing murder for hire involving a death, and the use of a machine gun in a violent crime resulting in death.
Lil Durk has been facing a tough time in jail, with sources claiming that Quando Rondo has been trying to get revenge on him. Reports suggest that Lil Durk's rapid prison transfer was due to issues in his cell block, as his high-profile status likely made him a target for commissary and money. The following day, both Quando Rondo and his best friend Lil Tim gave separate interviews, delivering the same message. Lil Tim, the man responsible for the shooting of King Von, stated that everything could have been avoided.
Brother,
when you did finally find out that it was King Von, how'd you feel?
I was like, damn, if Brian did that stupid shit last night, he still would have been alive. That's how I was. But I was like, yeah, I ain't no the type person I am. Like, I'm a humble person. I ain't no disrespect to like his mama saying f*** him and shit like that, because I could easily get on get on that type of stuff and be clout chasing type. Like, I ain't on that type. I'm a humble person, but it's like, at the end of the day, if they ain't never popped that shit off, that would have never happened like that.
Even Quando Rondo expressed regret, wishing the situation had been handled differently. He acknowledged that Durk has a family and many responsibilities, but pointed out how Durk threw it all away.
Love them. And at the end of the day, bro, all this bull that we talking about is stupid. That could have been handled a totally different way. It could have been handled to the point where a song and $3-4 million could have came out or whatever. Like, it could have got handled in a legit way, in a music way.
Fans, however, believe that what Quando Rondo said was just a tactic to shift attention away from what happened to Durk in jail. Durk made a phone call from behind bars, confirming he isn't afraid and won't go into protective custody. The post about the call raid just got off the phone with my brother Lil Durk. He's in good spirits, staying positive, and trying to get back home to his kids and family. We're not glorifying negativity. We're more than just street guys. We're men of honor and the code, no matter our financial status. Bro hit the main line with the rest of our kind, no protective custody.
You need anything, you know I got you. You know I appreciate it. You know that count, yeah? Yeah, I know how that be, bro. It don't matter, bro. We ain't never moved our money. Except for that first time. Once it was that, it was that. Once it was like then, everything was history. Yeah. You know, I feel back to you saying, I can't help it like shit. Where you from? What you got going? I been to it, yeah. Man, what? The PC? Hey. I thought they thought a computer, yeah. Downstairs, they be like, man, you know you, man, send me upstairs. Whatever it is, I gotta tap to it. Nah, for sure. Can't go no more with a PC and come out and all crazy.
DJ Academics revealed that he didn't like how this phone call was made public.
With all due respect to whoever 900 brother is, again, with all due respect to you, the guy's fighting for his life. I get it. Maybe for whatever reason, which I still think would be a dumb reason, let's say that Durk wants to address the people. You know how you put this out? You say, yo, Durk, we on. You let him say what he's saying to the public, and you cut it off. We don't need to hear y'all back and forth. Because a lot of this audio kind of feels like maybe this wasn't how Durk wanted to first communicate with everybody in the world. Anything he does is gonna go viral. Having a conversation about, you know, even if you think it's in good faith, yo, we don't move off money, nah, blah, blah, blah. It don't sound right. It don't sound right.
Fans believe that Quando Rondo could be trying to send someone after Durk on the inside, especially after the feds investigated the lyrical beef that surfaced after King Von's passing. The tension began when Quando Rondo dissed King Von in his lyrics, saying, "Man ran up on me, then we sprayed him. I'm talking lights out. We do the dash in that Durango. Jumped out with that pipe out, so tell them to pipe down." In response, Durk fired back with lyrics of his own, letting Quando's crew know he was coming after them. They like Durk, he a singer, he won't do something. You can believe whatever you want. I got your folks hit. This escalated further when news reports revealed that Durk's crew was involved in taking out Lil Pab.
Then it's people like, you lined up somebody from your hood. Like, listen, I didn't. But at the end of the day, what's wrong with giving my friend the address? Oh, this is my boy. He lost his boy. Who did it could be around. 9 times out of 10, had he had to ask me, I probably would have been Coke if he even asked anybody, if this is even true. But 9 times out of 10, like I said, can I leak a bar?
Sure.
I said if he make the call right now, I'd accept it.
The Lil Durk OTF case is gaining significant attention as new evidence has surfaced in court. Recently, it was announced that Lil Durk is facing additional charges in his federal murder for hire case. These include 1 count of conspiracy, 1 count of using interstate facilities to commit murder for hire resulting in a death, 1 count of using, carrying, and discharging firearms as a machine gun, and 1 count of possessing firearms in furtherance of a crime. In a controversial move, the court revealed they plan to use Lil Durk's lyrics as evidence to support the charges. One court file highlighted specific lyrics, "Look on the news and see your son screaming no, no," which many interpret as a reference to Quando Rondo following the death of Lil Pab.
This man, a passenger in that car, frantic at the sight.
Additional lyrics have also been linked to the case, further intensifying the situation. Among them is the line, "Told me they got an Addy, they got the location," which prosecutors argue could imply involvement in orchestrating violent acts. Adding to the controversy, Brick Baby publicly stated he would have revealed Quando Rondo's location to Lil Durk if asked, citing his loyalty to Durk. These developments have fueled speculation and raised questions about the use of song lyrics as evidence in legal proceedings.
Then there's people like, you lined up somebody from your hood. Like, listen, I didn't. But at the end of the day, what's wrong with giving my friend the address? Oh, this is my boy. He lost his boy. Who did it could be around. 9 times out of 10, had he had to ask me, I probably would have been if he even asked anybody, if this is even true. But 9 times out of 10, like I said, can I leak a bar?
Sure.
I said if he make the call right now, I'd something.
Right.
Unfortunately, it seems that Lil Durk's own lyrics might become one of his biggest challenges in this case. Self-snitching through lyrics is a damaging move, especially when presented to a jury. While much of the rap community has expressed disappointment over the charges brought against Durk, Charleston White has taken a different stance. He believes this development is actually a win for the rap community, sparking a debate on accountability and the consequences of using real-life events in music.
Because it is a demonic force. It was a dark force. It was a dark energy that came down from Chicago and spread throughout America. I don't think we'll hear drill music ever again. I don't think drill rappers would ever be celebrated ever again. Down goes the drill. So this is a victory for law-abiding Americans who like hip-hop music but don't like the killing part of it.
Amid all the negative news surrounding Lil Durk, he attempted to ease tensions from jail. During a jail phone call with a close street associate, the friend shared, "Just got off the phone with my brother Lil Durk. He's in good spirits, staying positive, and focused on getting back home to his kids and family. We're not glorifying negativity. We're more than just street guys. That's an understatement. We're men of honor and the code." No matter our financial status, the friend also revealed that Durk is serving his time on the main line with the general population, refusing any form of protective custody, further emphasizing his adherence to street principles.
Went to the federal prison. Say what, bro?
I said, I know you're but if you need anything, you know I got you.
You know I appreciate it. You know the thought that count,
yeah. Yeah, I know how that be, bro. It don't matter, bro. We ain't never moved our money. Except for that first time. Once it was that, it was that. Once it was like then, everything was history.
Yeah. I feel back to the same. I came up here like, shit, where you from? What you got going? I'm into it, yeah.
Man, what? The PC? Hey.
They thought they saw the computer, you downstairs, they be like, man, you know you, man, send me upstairs. Whatever it is, I got to tap to it. Nah, for sure. Can't go no more PC and come out hang out.
However, DJ Academics went live to share his reaction, calling this move one of the worst things Lil Durk could have done.
Your brother is, again, with all due respect to you, the guy's fighting for his life. I get it. Maybe for whatever reason, which I still think would be a dumb reason, let's say that Durk wants to address the people. You know how you put this out? You say, yo, Durk, we on. You let him say what he's saying to the public, and you cut it off. We don't need to hear y'all back and forth. Because a lot of this audio kind of feels like maybe this wasn't how Durk wanted to first communicate with everybody in the world. Anything he does is gonna go viral. Having a conversation about, you know, even if you think it's in good faith, yo, we don't move off money, nah, blah, blah, blah. It don't sound right.
Just a day before the phone call, reports surfaced that Lil Durk pleaded not guilty to murder for hire charges related to an alleged plot against Quando Rondo. A detention hearing for the rapper is scheduled for December 12th. Durk was arraigned in Los Angeles after being transferred from a Miami federal jail following his October 24th arrest. To strengthen his defense, Durk has hired Drew Findling, one of the most respected defense attorneys in the country. Findling's first move was to apply for a bond release, but federal prosecutors pushed back, presenting new evidence to justify keeping Durk in custody. They pointed to an Instagram live video where they claimed Durk may have been attempting to create an alibi. Prosecutors argue that criminals often fabricate alibis when they are aware of crimes connected to them, and they believe this is precisely what Durk was doing in the video, which was recorded on the same day Lil Pab lost his life.
What? Tweaking with folks. Right. Hey, somebody always said slap for con. Somebody always said slap for con. Lil Con who died over, yeah.
What Goofy said that?
He said, bro, like a cheeseburger. Ain't nothing cheesy over here. Stupid little boy. This is real water. Y'all jewels be y'all over for real. Hey, I know what it be too, bud.
What's that?
Like everybody be having that cheese, you know? Y'all be doing shout outs, man. You gotta know your jewelry. Like, if somebody want me to give them a shout out for some jewelry, I'm gonna make sure you're in that.
The situation escalated further when Lil Durk was seen laughing on an Instagram live video after a comment suggested he slide for vow, a reference to seeking revenge for King Von's death. This drew the attention of Lil Tim, the man responsible for King Von's death in 2020, which triggered a series of violent events in the streets.